Glad to have you with us this evening alongside my partner Patricia Babcock-McGraw. I'm Patrick Reed. Patricia, these are two NCAA tournament quality teams, and the reason they're successful is because they will really push the tempo.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we can keep up with this game, Patrick. These are two teams that are fast-paced, up-tempo, a lot of scoring. DePaul averages 88 points per game, Marquette 84. That is number 1 and number 2 in the Big East. Buckle up, everybody. This is going to be a fun one.
It should be a lot of fun tonight, and 78 miles separate these two rivals from Chicago to Milwaukee, but it's a little more than that that gives this rivalry between DePaul and Marquette juice. And for more on that, we'll send it to the third member of our team, Jenny Fisher. And we take a look at the head coach of the Marquette Golden Eagles in her 4th season, Carolyn Keeger. She brings a lot of youth, a lot of energy to this Marquette program, and right now she's a coach that's looking for her team to finish on the details and take care of the little things to get to the level she knows they can be at.
And really, she has so much pride in this program, Patrick. She was a player here, a 4-year starter, a 3-year captain, and Marquette's all-time leader in assists. She really wants to take this program to the next level. She feels like it's her own.
Meanwhile, at the other side, Doug Bruno has eclipsed 650 collegiate coaching victories. He says this year, despite the results, his team is a classic work in progress. That was his comment to us.
Doug Bruno always striving for excellence in his 30-plus years as a women's basketball coach, and such a great promoter for the game. Always talking it up. Always looking for the best for women's basketball.
And kind of an undersell of his own program there when you consider that they are 7th in the country in scoring at over 87 points per game.
He's a very, very humble guy, and I think a little superstitious, Patrick. Doesn't want to say too much about his own team.
Well, Marquette is a high-scoring team as well, and they start the game off with Erica Davenport, who is a double-double machine. So get it going for the Golden Eagles.
And watch out, too. Both of these teams force a lot of turnovers, about 20 turnovers a game forced. So both of these teams, as good as they are offensively, are going to have to take special care of the basketball here tonight.
Marquette did that last time out, only 9 turnovers against Seton Hall in their victory here Saturday. Their lowest total of the 2017-18 season. There's Blockton going to work. Blockton has her first points, just under 20 points per game. Well, the junior from right here in Milwaukee. Marte Grays from just inside the arc misses. Rebounding the basketball is going to be another key in this game as well. As the tempo is pushed, securing rebounds will be key for both of these teams. And Marquette's off to the hot starts.
How about the creation of space there by Natisha Heidemann? You saw how she used that push and then a step back. Got a better look at the basket. Wow, Amara Coleman.
Coleman tried to go coast to coast. And now Marquette will push the pace. No look from Blockton inside for Wilborn with the hop step.
Both of these teams share the basketball so well, and Marquette just hitting on all cylinders right now offensively.
4 for 4 of their shots to start the game, and this is how they like to play in transition. Number 23, Marquette, with a fast start and a 29-11 lead on Loyola Chicago as we get set for the second quarter inside the Al McGuire Center. Inside Marquette Basketball gives Golden Eagles fans an inside look into the men's basketball program. The bi-weekly show includes behind-the-scenes features and access, including exclusive comments throughout the show with head coach Steve Wojciechowski and host Dennis Krause. That's Inside Marquette Basketball, Wednesdays at 6 and 11 throughout the college basketball season on Spectrum Sports. And this week, Kevin, I take you to Maui on the show. You see it through my lens, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did.
You had mentioned that you were in Maui with the team. I'm sure lots of great behind-the-scenes footage there of meeting rooms and gymnasiums.
No, we went paddleboarding.
Rooms.
We went paddleboarding, my friend.
Very nice.
It's beautiful. It's alive. It's colorful. It's green. It's warm. Imagine that. Patrick Reed, Kevin O'Connor, our Spectrum Sports crew with you inside the Al. Quarter 2 starts the way quarter 1 went for Loyola. Another turnover. Marquette, an offensive rebound to keep the possession. Golden Eagles now 10 of 16 from the floor as King lets fly from 3. Danny King, 9 points. She's a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor. splitting the defense as Seegers, and coming in is Blockton.
For a brief moment, it looked like an opportunity to get all the way to the rim, and along with the block, there were two other defenders in the neighborhood that quickly went from what seemed a one-on-none or one-on-one to one-on-three.
Yeah, get out of here, says Blockton. On the deck, it's Rice. O'Connor. And Rice again from the same baseline. 7 to shoot for the Ramblers. It's been tough sledding for them today. Trying to get something going, but they forget that there were only mere seconds on the shot clock. It is not an easy job for Kate Octor this season. It wasn't last year. A 31-year-old who came to this program from Xavier. Under Coach Brian Neal there has the Big East connection. Spent 5 years at St. Bonaventure as an assistant. As Davenport goes inside. And foul on the movement to the basket, not on the shot.
When there's no doubt building up a program almost from scratch in some ways is the position she was landed in. And Loyola's been in the Valley now 4 years or so, and that is a highly competitive women's basketball league with the likes of Drake and Northern Iowa and Missouri State. Perennially postseason, be it NCAA or NIT. Tough situation to build that up, and trying to do it through a bunch of freshmen right now.
So score the basket there for Blockton. 2 fouls in short order for the Ramblers. Here's how it happened.
Late arriving defense with a very open lane to cut down for Blockton off a very simple under out of bounds for the three-point play.
Blockton already 2 for 2 at the line. For the season, Alizea Blockton 18 of 19 at the free throw stripe. A very good foul shooter. Swiped away by Anderson. Heidemann. King again left for 3. Anderson crashing in. Heidemann, no look inside. Davenport and 1. Everything you want on that possession from Marquette.
Yeah, very aggressive offensive rebound with no box out whatsoever. And then you're right about the very nice no-look pass. And again, the white jerseys are just getting way too good a position. And the red jerseys not just then late in arriving on the scene, but rather consistently fouling to sort of add to their difficulties.
Anderson there in the right place once again, using the 6'2" reach. All kinds of problems for the Ramblers, not just on the scoreboard, but the fouls piling up across the board. Inside, nice move, but Rice can't get it to go. Then a foul on the rebound. Treated to a 45-point Marquette lead over Loyola Chicago. Patrick Reed, Kevin O'Connor with you. Kevin, Marquette did everything you would expect of a top 25 team in this first half, all over the stat sheet.
No question. They came in heavily favored in this game, and from the first minute on, when they knocked down a 3 to go up early 6-2, they cruised from there. Lots of good transition basketball, pushing it, beating people to spots, lots of post touches, lots of very good looks at the basket. Besides maybe a couple turnovers, there's just not much to complain about if you're Marquette from that first 20 minutes. We have seen the full effect of their pressure defense. We have seen the full effect of their speed and their depth. And as expected, a very impressive first 20 minutes.
The depth is just that, Kevin. They've gotten a chance to get as many players as they like on the floor, as many players as they like a chance to contribute and score in the first half. And there's a lot to like for what the Golden Eagles have done. They have 3 in double figures. They've shared the basketball exceptionally well, and so far they've earned what we see on the stat sheet here. Yeah,
forcing the 15 turnovers is certainly a big part of things. The 29-7 rebounding edge when Marquette has missed a shot. Many times they've gotten a second chance at it, and they've simply not allowed Loyola any semblance of second opportunities. The Ramblers scored 1 point in the second quarter. It was a free throw with about 50 seconds left. Golden Eagles have clamped down across the board, and again, from the get-go, never let Loyola think they can hang around in this basketball game.
That's what you would ask for in an effort like this today. But for Marquette ahead, this is a tune-up to a Big East that is going to be a very challenging one this season. They're picked at the top of it. DePaul just outside the top 25. Villanova just joined the top 25 this week after maybe the signature win in the conference against Duke last week.
Yeah, you're starting to see the league grow a little bit, get better at the top, get some strength, and obviously try to build in some depth as well. You want as many wins during the season to mean something, but when you're picked over DePaul, the perennial go-to pick for the top of the Big East standings, you know the Golden Eagles have not just made some statements, but individual players that coaches around the league have very high expectations.
It's a Marquette team that beat DePaul 3 times last season, twice in the regular year, and then once in the Big East title bout here inside the Al McGuire Center. They know how to win against the Blue Demons. It's Big East women's basketball presented by SoFi as the Creighton Blue Jays and the Marquette Golden Eagles match up for the second time this season. Glad to have you with us inside the Al in Milwaukee, along with my partner Kyle Delabe. I'm Patrick Reed. Kyle, these two teams, Marquette and Creighton, have their sights set on postseason play. The NCAA tournament specifically, they both look to be on their way there, but right now it's about refining the game to have success down the road.
For Creighton, it's a tough weekend on the road in the Big East, but it's an opportunity this afternoon against Marquette to get a big-time road victory to bolster their NCAA tournament resume. As for Marquette, they're in good shape right now, but they're continuing to find ways to improve on and off the floor with that veteran junior class that leads the way for the Golden Eagles.
Both teams were in the field a season ago. Marquette by way of the Big East Championship. Creighton got in as an at-large. These two last matched up in this building in the semifinals of the Big East Championship last season. Blue Jays out of the timeout, trying to grab back the lead. Sarda on the floater, no. Gets the offensive board. Second life. And a chance to take back the lead, working some clock in the process. Sydney Lamberty's been there before as the senior drives on Davenport. Tapped out of bounds to Marquette.
And Norby was the one that knocked it out of bounds. There was a lot of contact right there as Coach Flan is talking to one of the officials right now about that contact as Lamberty was taking the ball to the bucket to try to get the lead for Creighton. And we'll take a look right here. Yeah, a lot of it was initiated by Lamberty, so I think that's what they saw on the contact between Lamberty and Davenport.
Marquette calling the timeouts. Now 2 left for the Golden Eagles. Good position there. Creighton with 1 timeout left. Shot clock to game clock distance, 1.8 seconds.
I mean, Marquette's in a good position with their timeout situation if they need to take a few seconds, see what the Creighton defense is looking like, and then kind of go from there. So, I mean, this is going to be one we're going to look back to for both teams in terms of when the standings are finalized in a few weeks, that this is going to be a major difference.
Yeah, Marquette has won 16 in a row at home. They've been successful in Big East play. And, you know, Kyle, it was only a few weeks ago that inside this building, Marquette had a win at the buzzer against Butler. They didn't do it from outside the arc. They did it from inside the lane. And, of course, the outside shooting hasn't worked in this game. So Marquette, a team that can get it done in the paint and can get it done in crunch time in that position as well. 50 of their points of the 71 coming in the lane today.
And a chance to advance the basketball, one of those newer rules in the last few years in women's college basketball.
Yet another change to ratchet up the excitement. Again, shot clock, game clock difference, 1.8 seconds. King eyes the clock. Junior point guard for Marquette. Gonna roll her offense now. Back to Blockton. Blockton falling away. Jumper good! Timeout Creighton.
When you need a big-time play, you go to your big-time player. And Alizea Blockton, the leading scorer in the Big East, found some space and was able to knock down the shot. That was classic. Blockton right there floating on the baseline and draining the shot, much to the delight of the fans here at the Al McGuire Center as Marquette takes the lead.
And Kyle, you have talked about big-time players. Well, Alizea Blockton didn't get the start in this game. Just 6 points in the first half. But when they need a big bucket, they go to her. And Blockton now with 20, but none more important than that last one. And that does not leave Creighton a lot of time here. 4.9 seconds.
And if you're Creighton, you're a team that's played a number of overtime games, so you're used to that, but you're also on the end of a tough 2-game road trip. Do you try to play for the 3-point shot? Because you have a number of shooters that are effective from deep. It's been a number of minutes since Creighton's knocked down a 3, but all you need is one. All you need is one good look. And 4.9 seconds is a ton of time to set some screens, look for a 3-point shot possibly. Or will they go inside and try to draw some contact?
Well, you mentioned the overtime games for Creighton, how things have come down to crunch time. They've played 5 times in OT this season. They need 2 points to tie it. They'll have the basketball in the front court as Jim Flannery used his final timeout. Lamberty to inbound to Faber. Faber on the roll inside. Score it, +1.
So they go to the basket with one of their vets in Faber. She's able to take the contact from Davenport over the top. You get a great view of it right there. And seeing Davenport get the foul and Faber a chance to put Creighton in the lead. And a big-time shot there by Faber. Calmly knocks down the free throw to give Creighton a 1-point advantage. What a play call there by Creighton.
The scout and the report on Faber is that not much phases her, and that is exactly what we saw. Composure.
I mean, you talk about Faber. She's played 38 minutes. She knew she was going to play this many minutes. That's how it goes for her, especially in Big East play. You know, her, Lamberty, and Agnew are always going to log a lot of minutes for this Creighton team. And Faber was able to read the situation. She was able to get by Davenport, take it to the basket, and finish strong.
All Erica Davenport could do was look skyward. Davenport, who has given Marquette so much today with her 23 points. The foul on Faber. Faber puts it away with a 3-point play. And again, Marquette will have a chance to end it, perhaps at the horn. They'll inbound in the front court. Amani Wilborn will handle the duties. 2.1 seconds remaining in regulation. Marquette trails by a point. Blockton outside the free throw line. Can't hit. Creighton is a winner. A streak of 16 straight home wins comes to an end for the Golden Eagles as the Creighton Blue Jays get a big resume builder on the road with a 74-73 win at Marquette. We'll be back to Milwaukee to wrap up an exciting